Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 with your host, Ht1. Hello everyone, welcome back to the farm. Um, First off, I want to say Happy New Year everyone. We've made it into the next year. Hopefully we won't have any hiccups and stuff, and yeah, I hope your New Year's was great, and I hope you have some New Year's resolves. Well, and everything. As for me, unfortunately, I don't have any resolves. I'm too poor to do any resolves. So, oh well, I'll just make it one day at a time, I guess. So, anyway, so in last episode, I have to admit, last episode was kind of a little bit more of a politicky type, but that's only because I was kind of uncannered with what YouTube was doing and everything. But, well, hopefully my channel has survived the New Year's, and yeah, hopefully I will get to continue to make hopefully some great content for you guys and everything. And yeah, well, why don't we get started? So last episode, while I was doing the political stuff, we plowed the fields. Um, Now we're going to fertilize them. We're going to basically fertilize them exactly the same way it was did. I've got the corn plant, the air seed planter out, and I've got corn and liquid fertilizer in this bad boy. And yeah, we're gonna get started here. Why is it not going down? Go down. Thank you. Yeah, I can't leave that corner. I gotta get it. Otherwise, it's gonna be a pain to get to. There we go. Alrighty, so we're off and planting here. So I guess I kind of wanted to kick around the idea in this game again. Um, so I talked a while back about maybe getting a not necessarily a Patreon page or anything like that, or any weird any website like that, because I'm not sure completely 100% what Patreon does, how they work and everything. um, but I was looking at another website that was called uh, just like GoFundMe. I think it was called GoFundMe. And basically, what I've seen with the GoFundMe one is it's basically, um, it's like right now. I mean, I'm making content for you guys to watch, and if you really truthfully want to watch more of that content, more or less, it's just kind of like the Patreon stuff. You just kind of you can donate any little bit of money that you want to and everything. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure what Patreon, I have to look into Patreon a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that um, the GoFundMe one doesn't cost anything to start it up, and I believe it doesn't cost anything to terminate it if I need to. Not that I would need to, because if it doesn't cost me anything, then why would I need to terminate it? You know. But I was kicking around the idea. I kind of fell flat on it the last time because it wasn't it really truthfully wasn't anything that I really truthfully needed. Um, but I'm just kind of wondering, would if I decided to start up a GoFundMe page or a Patreon page or something where you could go and you could donate, your dollar or whatever you want to 10 cents or whatever you wanted to donate, if you would actually want something like that. Um, Now, to me, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I can go either way. If you guys feel that you really don't think I need to get into that just right at the moment, then I can then basically I can just basically forget about it or put it on the back burner, as I so like to say. Um, and we can attend to it at a later date. Um, but if it's something that you guys, a lot of you would love to take and try, love to take and have, then I'll see what I can do with either the Just GoFundMe or maybe thinking about setting up a Patreon or something like that. Because I'm really truthfully, I hate to say it, but I'm really leery about doing it because I don't do a whole lot on the internet. I mean, of course I do content creation, but I don't really do a lot of buying online or anything like that because, I I'm sorry, I was brought and raised that if it's not in the store, you don't need it type of thing. But I mean, I am getting kind of around to the point where it's like, okay, well, this is great, you know, that's good and all, but I'm, the channel does seem to be growing a little bit, especially if I play certain games that get better reviews than the old hand-me-downs, the older stuff. But at the same time, I don't expect a whole lot of games from me, new games from me, if I do start this, because for one thing, I mean, a lot of the donations, I will call them, I will not call them anything else, but the donations really truthfully would go to helping me get better equipment to start with. I mean, I would love to take and have a actual built computer, not just a store-bought computer. Um, Even though this little store-bought computer has done a whole lot of wonders um, compared to what I was running on, which could hardly do anything. I mean, about the only thing I could record was Farming Sim, and that was just barely. Now it's like I can record Farming Simulator. It's pretty good. I can record Minecraft. It's fairly okay. And then a lot of my other games that I was thinking about restarting series for, like Factorio and others, they seem to run phenomenal on this game. So I was thinking probably if the GoFundMe or if the Patreon thing does happen, does or does not, well, does happen, but probably won't. I don't know really right at the moment. Um, that's where a lot of the donations would go first, and then the next ones would then probably maybe get into different games, because as you can see, I mean, I do like Farming Sim. I do like simulators because they're pretty prominent. I mean, farming is really actually truthfully in my blood because I am actually a small dirt farmer. But I mean, um, it does it does I do have I was just basically wondering if maybe if I did something like that, if anybody would actually donate to it. So but anyway, moving on from that, I got a couple of other games. Speaking of games, I got a couple of other games that will probably turn up in the next year, in the new year. Probably, hopefully, if my computer can hold out on them. Um, I just recently bought Fallout 4, and I am actually enjoying it, even though I'm kind of in kind of a frustration mode because I'm just learning the game right at the moment. But um, I think it may actually, um, I may actually be doing a playthrough of it. Um, maybe. Um, don't know when that's going to start. It's either going to start late January or early February, like the second week of February or something. I'm not, but don't quote me on that. It could start even later, or it could start earlier. I don't know. But definitely around late January, early February, it may show up on the channel. Another one that I got was Transport Fever. I really do want to do a couple of videos of Transport Fever because I mean it's a frustrating economy, but it's a very interesting game once you can get into it. And I've just found with it, it's basically you just got to get that first initial amount of startup set up and going before you start running out of money to do anything else, really. So that's the thing. And yeah, and another game that I had, Factorio. It's coming up being coming up to the next build, and I may if it updates to the next build, which I think the build right now is .17. Um, oh, pardon me. Um, it's like .17.8 or something like that, or 9. It's almost a .18, and I can't wait to see what their major update for that is. There's some speculations that they're doing a lot of under the hood revamp and everything of the engines and of their engine and stuff. So that would be kind of an interesting game to see once it comes out with .18. Um, and then yeah, and then Minecraft is back. I don't know how long it's going to be back. Well, that was a tree. I knew it was going to hit that tree too. Wasn't really worried about it. So yeah, Minecraft's back. It's going to depend on how well my computer can handle handle modded Minecraft, um, and everything, especially while recording, because it does not. I mean, in itself, it does not like Minecraft. In itself, it does not like Minecraft, and modded Minecraft it likes even less. Even though it's a pretty hefty computer, it still does not like Minecraft. So really truthfully, I think that's pretty much it for upcoming stuff on the channel. I am going to take and try to, there's going to be some more random videos. I don't know if they're going to have their own session, but I've been playing multiplayer with Vectro Gaming quite a bit, and he's been recording a lot of the videos. So with me and him, I did a recording a while back with him, and that wasn't too bad, but it was still pretty bouncy. So just fair warned if you go and watch that. And And if you want to watch his side of those, his channel is called Vectro Gaming. Basically YouTube. It's basically YouTube.com/Vectro Gaming. If you want to go see his side of the views, that's his. I'll try to link it. I might link it in the bottom of this video. Then again, I may forget to. But anyway, that's his. I believe that's his channel. Is YouTube.com/Vectro Gaming. Vectro Gaming. So, alrighty. Well, with that field done, we will head back and pick up the other seeder. We'll make sure it's full of seed and fertilizer as well. And we'll head out to the other field and get it seeded so that in the next episode we can fast forward time a little bit and possibly fertilize them. Or I will fertilize them off camera and you will see me when the harvest is in. Or when the cows need something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. In the meantime, we need to go get the other seeder. And then I have, I guess it would be kind of a follow-up question to the Patreon thing, and I just really truthfully thought about it. I mean, half of you guys are probably like, no, you didn't. You probably was thinking about it for a while. Well, maybe not. You don't know. Only I can know, and you will not. But anyway. My follow-up question actually to that would be is which website would you guys rather use rather than me getting one and then most of you going, oh well, I use the other one and I don't know how to use this one. What's the ones that you guys actually use, and would you rather see me using that one, or would you rather me pick one that best suits me? Because I mean, really truthfully, to me it really doesn't matter, because I can learn really truthfully I can learn either one. I can learn how to use either one, for exclusive content or extra content, or or just take it and telling you give me your money and shut up. Sorry, that was a little blunt, but I mean really truthfully, it is really up to you whether you guys want to donate or to not donate. I mean, that is your question, and only you can answer. So, anyway, I digress. Let's get this field seeded, and then we'll probably be calling it an episode there. This thing unfolded. We'll get down in here. Wow, this thing is really heavy on this tractor. Let's see. How do we do? Like that, and back up. That looks good. Alrighty. I'm gonna turn back around. We'll get out to where we can see the seeder up and down. It is up. We'll put it down. Make sure it's in forward gear, and off we go. I'm thinking about adding talking about on this gameplay. I'm thinking about adding a fuel consumption script, because I mean, really truthfully, I mean, these tractors are very fuel efficient. they are pretty fuel efficient and stuff, but they actually would probably use more fuel than a lot more fuel, a lot quicker on the fuel than the fuel and maintenance combined. And everything. And I know I know what and here you go again, here's another thing to kind of talk about, really. I know Giant was what they were thinking behind the maintenance, but I mean, truthfully, I hate to say it, and I hate to say it, and I definitely know there's a lot of farmers out there that'll agree with me. Uh, but I ain't ever seen a tractor with a maintenance gauge before. So, I mean, really truthfully, they would have been better off to go into their models and just show the wear and tear on it, show things that are getting, wore out, make things kind of function a little kooky and everything, when you throw the tractor into four-wheel drive, or well, that's a mod on itself. But it's like when you drive forward and, the tractor doesn't have the strength to drive forward anymore because it's, you know, something's wore out and everything, you could definitely make it in such a way that it could do that. Are those flashing? No, they're not flashing. It's just, okay. It's their, distance, whatever it is. It's causing that to look weird. Anyway, yeah, I mean, really truthfully, there's a lot of different things that they could have done besides put a stupid gauge on it that doesn't really actually serve any purpose than make you really truthfully use more money. And I hate to tell you, but really truthfully, being a farmer, that is not the name of the game that a farmer wants. They want their vehicle, they want the machinery to take and last a long time. I hate to tell you, but we're not the car industry. We're not the car industry. These things cost way too much. They would cost more than a car, a huge more than a car. And I know that was not perfect English, but so I don't want to take and have to be fixing this thing every year, month, whatever. This thing is way too expensive of a vehicle to be having to put that much maintenance into all the time. And I know I've checked the maintenance thing. It's only like, I mean, that worst you could do like $3,000, and that's with that bar all the way to the bottom. But still, that's $3,000 that I can't take and buy fuel in, and thus have to run my tractors either faster and harder, which presumably puts more wear and tear on them, or I basically have to plant less. I have to do less to be able to maintain the fuel. And then hope maybe in the next year I don't have to pay $3,000 again in maintenance. I mean, really truthfully, I mean, what I'm basically saying is that it's a nice attempt at a maintenance system, but it's really truthfully not the best. I mean, there's other video games out there that actually do it better. So, I understand where you're going, and the maintenance, and the weird maintenance cost fee. Where does that come from? Because, I hate to tell you, but in the United States, the maintenance cost fee is something that is either a complete British or German thing, or it's a very, very bad attempt at It's a very, very bad attempt at saying, hey, this is taxes. Or whatever it is in whatever country. So, yeah. Just not really truthfully hating on what they've done, but really, really, they really truthfully need to get somebody in there that absolutely knows a lot about farming, in particular, American farming and everything. So, all right, folks. Well, with this last pass, we're gonna basically wrap this episode up. Um, Hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a little bit more of a weird talk episode, but I mean, I hate to tell you, but I do not have the ability. I mean, I've been looking at a couple of programs um, to take and help. Like I could condense this down. You know, I could stop talking but keep recording and condense this down into um, a little montage thing. But unfortunately, the software that I've been looking at is quite expensive. So, especially to not to get off on another rant subject, but especially since I would more absolutely enjoy buying the game outright so that I own the software instead of having to pay a monthly fee. But I digress. That's a completely different subject for a different episode, maybe even a different game. So, anyway, so I hope you're enjoying the series so far. Again, I will take and wish everybody a happy new year, and hopefully you guys will be able to see my content in future episodes, unless my channel gets took down. So, anyway, I'm Hardtrick1. Happy New Year. I'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully. Later, all.